Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Charity. I'm the founder of Charity Safe Haven. It's raining, so I will not be visible to you guys, but I wanted to have this special live stream. I did not plan for it. An idea just came to me because we're on the 25th of September, and I've noticed on my platform, this YouTube channel, I have not talked about PCOS, and I can say I have a very personal relationship with PCOS. That's why I'm so passionate about creating awareness around it, because I'm one of those people who, hata na background yangu ya nutrition ya healthcare, I really wasn't keen on what PCOS was, and I heard about it later in my late 20s. Yes, I can say in my late 20s. In your early 20s, you really don't care about such things. But as I got to my late 20s, early 30s, of course, yes, I started hearing whispers about it. And when I started reading more on it and it started becoming hyper aware about it, I decided this month will be the month I'm going to really make noise about it. So I have some recorded questions that I already planned. But if you have any question, you can leave it in the chat box or in the comments of this live. I'll be able to respond to it. I am not a professional when it comes to the medical aspect of PCOS, but this I'm just answering it in my own capabilities and the research I've come across. I'm going to be candid about it. So stay tuned. Leave a like. Where are you watching me from? It's not going to be a long live because I hadn't planned for it and it's raining out there, if you can hear in the background. But hey, I told myself whenever I set my mind to something, I have to do it. So we're going to start with the first question, and that is I'm asking myself, Charity, when did you first heard about PCOS? Did you know how big a role food plays when it comes to its management? Like I said, as I was introducing, honestly, I wasn't really aware of what PCOS is. That is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I wasn't really aware of it. I didn't know what entails. I didn't know the roles. I didn't know anything back then, but these days I have. I'm aware. So I thought maybe it was just a medical thing, because I don't think we covered this in our campus or university days. These are just upcoming issues that I know in the Western world, PCOS is well known, but in developing countries, and we're in the developing countries, sub-Saharan, I really don't think people are really aware of it. So I just thought maybe it's just a hormonal thing. I'll be honest with you guys, but as I've learned, it's also a metabolic issue. So we really have to be keen with what we eat. And from the research, the whole month that I have been creating and posting, I've come to know nutrition is such a powerful tool. It's like a medicine on a plate when it comes to management, because I've been in consultation with my gynecologist, or a gynecologist close to my heart, and we've really been talking at length about PCOS. And when we had the live with Grace on our platform, the Nutritionist Corner, and she highlighted on the most important thing, and that is denial. So I feel like most of us are usually in denial when we start exhibiting the signs and symptoms of PCOS, because your body tells you you have to listen to it, listen to your hormones, listen to how you act, because as you continue getting older, some things happen and you're like, you know what, I'm not okay. You know what, I'm ovulating. You know what, I'm about to have my menses. You know what, I don't feel like I've ovulated this month, because I feel like your body gives you signs. It's just that we are not really aware. For me, I'm hyper aware. So any small thing, I have my journal, I write, I jot down, because it really helps me to keep track, so that when I actually go back and see the gynecologist and we're talking and I'm like, you know what, by the way, I noticed this and this on this day. And it's just good to track your cycle as a woman. It's just good. Take it from me. Yeah, so basically in all the rambling, nutrition is a powerful tool, and it plays a role when it comes to management of PCOS, that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So the second question is, do women with PCOS really have to give up chapati, ugali, and rice? And if you notice, I'm just mentioning the carbohydrate. Yes. For me, what I would say is, for me, this is for my personal, because I wanted this to be a candid talk. I swap. I always tell you guys to swap. So if I really don't need to eat the refined or processed carbohydrates, I really don't have to. Occasionally, yes, and if I do, I pair them really well. I've really been keen on what I eat. If I'm to have chapati, because we go by servings, I'll have one. Those are like 2 servings. I'll make sure there's vegetables, either skuma, spinach, or cabbage. I love cabbage. If you're with me, you know how I love cabbage. If it's rice, I will pair it with either beans, I'll pair it with either ndengu. I want to try lentils because I'm not really a big fan, but I really want to expound on the menu we have. So yes, I balance and I make sure I have vegetables on my plate. So pairing them wisely, swapping them wisely is the most important thing. And this I'm telling you guys from my own experience. The third question is, what foods do you personally reach for when you need steady energy or to balance my hormones? Balancing my hormones is something that I've come to. Like I told you guys, I wasn't really aware of what PCOS was, the role and the hormones, and we were just living our lives. We were yellowing through our 20s. We really didn't know what we were doing and the damage we were doing to our bodies in our 30s. So for me, I've really been intentional with what I eat. So when I want steady energy, I make sure I have my breakfast. I make sure I have my snack. This is according to my lifestyle. If you want more, reach out to me. I'll leave the number in the description box after the live, because I can't put it here, can I? I don't think I can put it here because I have to go to YouTube to do that. But reach me on WhatsApp, let's talk. And this is from my own experience. I make sure my breakfast is heavy. When I'm breaking my fast, I don't miss breakfast. I always work from home most of the time, so those snacks, the waters are readily available to me. So I make sure I don't go for long without having something to eat. Basically, after 3 to 4 hours after I've eaten, I have something, and then I keep on hydrating throughout the day. I showed you guys my big bottle in one of my previous YouTube, but I have this small bottle that I still use to hydrate. I've told you guys I don't miss fiber. I've really been consistent, and I follow Nutrition by Ndenya, and she always have these monthly challenges. And for the past 2 months, I've been challenging myself to start eating the vegetables fast. So that has really been helpful when it comes to maintaining my energy steady, because when you eat vegetables, it gives you the satiety feel, and you'll not snack on the carbs that are on your plate. So I feel like that is a game changer. One thing to take away from this live, please take away, you have to start eating your veggies first. And then for my hormones these days, I just posted a video on my personal Instagram. I have started eating the chia seeds, the flax seeds. I'm looking into avocado because it's not the season. So right now, ukienda ni expensive. I love peanut butter. So those are my go-to healthy fats. And I make sure the salad I eat, I don't miss a fats to just spruce up because of the hormones. I told you guys the fat soluble hormones that need fat medium to be transported. So I make sure I don't miss those. Guys, if you're listening to me, my 20s, 30s, 40s, in your reproductive time era, please invest in your healthy fats. I feel like back then, people vilify, and I still feel like people do vilify fats, and fats are really important. It's just the quality of the fats and the quantity of the fats you're eating that is the problem. So just invest in the healthy fats I've talked about. And most of these things, when you go to most of these cereal shops, if you want my plug, I can give you. They really sell these things so you can invest in. Or if you prefer to get them on the supermarket, please go and do. Yeah, so the another question is, if someone's on a budget, what are the top three PCOS friendly foods they can start with? For me, I've really been taking eggs. I love eggs because they are high biological value proteins. I've really been investing in my green leafy vegetables and the rainbows. So that is spinach, sukuma wiki. I've recently incorporated broccolis, beans. I make sure within a week we've had beans 3 or 4 times. Ndengu, I want to incorporate lentils. So I feel like those are the food that are constantly in rotation. Those are affordable. If you go to most cereal shops, they are affordable. But if you can afford, then you can invest in the animal portion of proteins. That is, guys, the weather is turning and it's scary. Yes, so you can invest in the animal side of proteins. Those are the meat, fish, chicken. If you can afford, I've said if you cannot, then stick to the legume cereals, and your green leafy vegetables, the rainbow vegetables, any colored vegetables are really good for you. So I feel like those are the things that are really helping me when it comes to managing my hormones and just putting me straight on track, guys. I feel like we need to have another session where we talk about how your body starts to give you signs later on and you really not, you were in denial. I'll say that. So the fifth question is, let's be honest, what cravings do most women with PCOS struggle with the most, and how do you deal with them? Um, from Because I've not really interacted with someone who has PCOS or has come to me to sort my services, but from the numerous interactions I've had with my fellow professionals, nutritionists who have interacted with women who are struggling with PCOS, is the craving for sweets. Like you're craving refined comfort foods you emotionally eat, because I told you guys in one of the session I had in the nutritionist corner, we talked about insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is just another thing. We'll have another level we talk about insulin resistance. So you end up craving sweets, refined foods, comfort foods, foods that are carb heavy, refined carb heavy. So you'll find that you'll go for those foods because your body is really craving and wanting them. And your body can really make you go through a lot, guys. Anyways, it's okay. So for me, what I go for when I'm craving those things, I I make cucumber sticks. I make carrot sticks. I flavor them with black pepper or paprika to just amp up. I slice the tomatoes into sticks. They just give me that illusion of wanting to eat fries, because fries are my comfort food. That is what I'll reach out for. I make porridge and I add chia seeds and peanut butter or I make a smoothie of the fruits that are available in the house, and then I drink them. I substitute them because those cravings sometimes can hit you hard. No matter how much you fight them, they're just there, and it's a struggle, guys. If you've struggled with it, you can leave them in the comments if you come across this live session, and let's continue talking about how cravings can really turn you into the most. Yes. So the sixth question is, do you also get cravings, and how do you balance them without feeling guilty? Like I said, I'm human, like I've explained in the previous question. So for me, I trick my body. I go for the healthier versions of what I want. If there are sweet potatoes in the house, if there are cassavas in the house, that is what I will substitute with the normal refined fries we have. And I make sure if I really indulge in them, I have a protein and a vegetable so that I can put a break to the how the carbs will be broken down. So don't let no one lie to you that they don't crave this thing. Let no one lie to you that they don't experience this thing. As long as you're human, you're bound to have this. So I love myself more on those particular days when I'm craving. I can be hard on myself, but on those days I try my best to just love me, love me. I tell myself it's okay to crave. You're human. You're going through a lot. I journal. I really dig deep to know why I'm craving it. Is there a problem? Am I feeling emotional? Is it a mental health issue? And I feel like it's not about perfection. It's about progress. If I go 2 or 3 weeks and have not really craved, I clap for myself. And if I'm kind to myself, I also clap to myself because PCOS has a relationship with mental health, and I'm a mental health advocate. So, of course, I'll always look at the nutrition aspect and the mental health aspect when it comes to PCOS. So, the seventh question is, why do hormones make PCOS feel like a roller coaster? One day you're fine, the next day you're drained. With PCOS, hormones like insulin, we talked about androgen. I'm not going to make this heavy in the sciencey part, can be unbalanced. There are tests you can do to find out if you have PCOS or not, but most of the time, androgens play a role, insulin play a role, stress hormones play a role, as we have been discussing the whole month. So when your blood sugar spikes and crashes, it feels like a roller coaster. One day, one moment you're happy, the next moment your blood glucose crash, and you start feeling moody, you start having brain fog, you start experiencing a lot. And here is where food choices really play a role. What you choose on your plate. I always ask anyone who comes to me for my service, if you serve and you look at your plate, are you happy? If you're not happy with what was on your plate, then no, you're not doing something right. I don't like perpetuating the negative relationship with food of don't eat this, don't eat this. My question and my question to you guys is to ask yourself, am I happy with what is on my plate? If I'm not happy with what is on my plate, then it's time for me to change. Sleep. I've really been intentional about sleep because the more you stay awake, the more your body is not able to do the function it's supposed to do when you sleep, like replenishing, rejuvenating the basal metabolism. That there's some system that works when you sleep. So if you're not sleeping enough, it means your body is not resting enough to facilitate those processes. So I feel like when you have poor sleep quality, sometimes it can impact your hormones and you can be feeling moody because if you don't get enough sleep, you'll be deprived, you'll lack energy, you'll not be productive. Stress. The last session we talked about stress in the nutritionist corner. Go to our page, look for the latest video on our live and watch it. We really discuss at length how cortisol plays a role in PCOS. I don't think I want to repeat that. So when all these are balanced, they really make your journey smooth. If they're not balanced, it's going to be a bumpy ride for you. So the question that follows is, what small habits can help calm hormones without feeling overwhelming? So for me, I always tell you guys to start one step at a time. The episode on Tuesday, I talked about the mental health aspect and nutrition. Start with one habit. Just tell yourself, today breakfast, I'm going to incorporate proteins. So you make sure each day you wake up from today or the moment you watch this video, you wake up, you incorporate proteins in your diet or in I mean not in your diet, in your breakfast. So you make sure every breakfast you have has a protein in it. Yeah. Lunch, say I'm going to start eating vegetables first. So when it's lunchtime, you make sure you start with your veggies. Because I feel like those small changes, those small habits will be able to work in the bigger picture to help you control your sugars and your hormones. Even an egg with vegetables make a huge difference, because it matches your lifestyle. If you go to work, it means most of us don't take breakfast. So if you get to work and you have somewhere you can get them, please do. It makes a huge difference, and that's take it from me. The question 9 is, I hope you guys are able to see me. It's so dull outside. How does sleep or stress play into food cravings and hormones when it comes to PCOS? When you don't sleep well, like I said, your hunger hormones. I have a video that will be out tomorrow. Follow me across all my social media platforms at Charity Self Haven. I'm going to talk about the hunger hormones and the appetite hormones. Those are the ghrelin and the leptin. That video is really educational. Please be on the lookout. They get confused. And when you confuse the two hormones, take from me, ghrelin, leptin, write them down, go and look them up. When they get confused, you're going to crave more sugar and you're going to crave more junk. Stress also raises the cortisol, which makes craving even worse. That is why rest is part of PCOS care. Go to all the PCOS pages, PCOS Foundation, they tell you sleep is your best friend. Question 10 is, what is one myth you used to believe about PCOS and food that you no longer do? I used to think women with PCOS had to go to super strict diets, like cut this off, I don't do this, don't do this, and then you make one to be more stressed, and stress doesn't go well with PCOS. Now I know restriction makes it worse. That's why you have to go and read more about PCOS to be able to understand it. It makes things worse. It makes you stress more. It raises your cortisol level. It makes you not sleep well, which are no for PCOS management. It's about flexibility and not punishing and not suffering. So that is what I leave you with. I'm passionate about that question because I feel like when you become defensive or in denial, you'll end up going the restrictive way, the fat diet way, and it's going to make everything worse. Let me close the window. I hope you guys are able to see me. This is really a bad day to have my live. So the next question is, if you had one message for women living with PCOS about food and hormones, what would it be? I'll want to tell you guys, you're not broken. Your body just needs an extra care. Because I feel like when you're told you have PCOS, there's just something that breaks in you. You're like, you know what? I have to think about my hormones. I have to think about my fertility. We're going to have a session tonight. So tune in on our platform, and Lillian is going to take us through PCOS and fertility. You have to think about, will I be able to get pregnant? Will I be able? There's a lot that goes in your mind when you're told you have PCOS, you're living with PCOS. Just know you need a little care. Love yourself a little more. I'll leave that with you. Food is not the enemy. Just know that. Don't perpetuate that negative relationship with food. Make food your partner. Be patient with yourself, and remember, small changes and end up adding that total change you want. And that is from me. I've started like this year just trying to make one healthy habit at a time, even at a month, because some days you might fall off the wagon and you have to start again. Those are the days you have to be extra kind to yourself. So I feel like those are just some of the questions that I would love to talk about on this particular live stream. I'm looking at the comments. I don't see any question. And guys, it's raining and it's dark. I feel like you're not able to see me. So I feel like it's okay. That's what I'll say. So continue just creating awareness around it, even beyond September. Continue being kind. Continue following pages that will be able to help you just be your best self, to just continue learning more about PCOS. And if you're a woman of reproductive age, it's better you know early. It's better to start early so that you can put measures in place to help you tackle this. I know that you're not alone. Reach us out at the Nutritionist Corner. Find these foundations. I know most of them are private in Kenya. If you can join women who are living with PCOS, I feel like you'll have a strong community around you that will be able to help and guide you and know what to do, and not go into restrictive diet or restrictive lifestyle that will be able to harm you. So this has been a good live. I do want it to be long, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me. And if you listen to me after I have done this live stream, just know you're loved, you care, you matter, and it's okay to live with it. It's not a death sentence. You can still live with it. You can still become pregnant. You can still improve on it. You can still manage the symptoms. It's not the end. So I've been yours, Charity. Stay tuned for another live. We'll talk about insulin resistant or something else. I want to make this a habit on my YouTube channel so that we can continue interacting. Until next time, bye.